What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my post-fight real quick before the main event, John Molina Jr. versus Ruslan Provodnikov on Showtime. I'm definitely enjoying myself. Just watched 2 knockouts on the Showtime card on the main event, or co-main event, and also the fight before. And they're both title fights too. So, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade versus Willie Nelson in a title eliminator. Wow. As you guys know in my post-fights, I give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is Demetrius Andrade looks spectacular. Very dominant, virtuoso performance by Demetrius Andrade. Let me back the train up before. I'm as you guys, most of you know, I'm out in the Bay Area. I know Willie Nelson. He trains out here. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him. I also met Demetrius Andrade, and I'll drop that footage soon. I got to witness him spar in preparation for this particular fight, and know both guys. They showed a tremendous, this is also the good, a tremendous amount of sportsmanship. The 12th round sounded, and this is after Willie Nelson got knocked down in the 11th round, which I'll get to. He got knocked down and hurt in that round as well. And before the 12th round sounded, the both men, before the bell rang and they hugged each other, there were some moments to me of frustration from Willie Nelson where there was some roughhousing and tussling and stuff like that, but Demetrius Andrade would go up to him, and before, when the action would commence, they would dap up with the gloves and stuff like that. So great sportsmanship by both. After the fight, Demetrius Andrade, he had good words to say about Willie Nelson. He said he's a champion, he's a tough fighter, etc. So the good is both fighters showed a massive amount of heart in this particular fight. And Demetrius Andrade, I was really impressed with his performance. Let's talk about what he did well. He, being the shorter person, he's a southpaw, so that's to his advantage. Some people have trouble with southpaws. He's very crafty, very slick, very stealthy in there. And he'll cause you to miss. Good upper body movement. His straight punches were money. He had some strafing shots, nasty body shots, and I think overall it was just too much for Willie Nelson. And Willie Nelson got knocked down in the first round, and he looked like he was pretty hurt. And Demetrius Andrade got aggressive, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Some people, to me, there's no real reason not to like Demetrius Andrade. Some people like the brawlers over the slick fighters. With Demetrius Andrade, you're getting that. You're getting a complete fighter, you know what I mean? Someone who could be slick, but someone who could be aggressive and offensive. Someone could stand in pocket, but they could also use lateral movement, tricky footwork, fight off the ropes. I mean, the guy's bringing it. He represented the United States in the Olympics. I mean, I don't really see what's there not to like. He was humble in this particular fight with Willie Nelson, but he can also talk a little trash. He has interviews calling the Charlos out, calling Canelo a bitch and things like that. So he has the showmanship side. He's, you know what I mean, just overall clean-cut dude. So just, it was a great performance by him. I think he used all of his tools and put it on full display, because I've seen both fighters fight, and Willie Nelson, he's been in fights with like Vanes Matarosin and things of that sort. And Willie Nelson also fought the Al Heyman prospect, Tony Harrison. He's never been in this one side of a fight against any of his big names. You know what I'm saying? He's been knocked down before. He's been in tough fights. He's lost before, 2 other times before this loss, but it's never been this one-sided. So I think that's just a tribute to Demetrius Andrade, his background. I thought Andrade's Olympic pedigree showed up. He just looked very composed and calm. Now, I did like Willie Nelson. What I did like, he in the 3rd round, his money punch, because I talked to Troy King and my dude Aaron Coley, boxers who have sparred Willie Nelson and trained with him. They said that's his money punch, his uppercut. And there's a lot of power. He's a powerful guy. He's 6'3", and if he gets that torque and that trajectory on it, it's money. So I like seeing that little bit of, that was probably the best in round 3, I think it was. That was the best punch that Willie Nelson landed to me in this fight. It was a nasty uppercut, but it just so happens that Demetrius Andrade is a world-class elite level fighter, so he hit it pretty well. But I think he was pretty badly hurt in the 3rd round by that uppercut. He got a little bit too comfortable and too lax. He was on the ropes, and Willie Nelson landed his money punch in the 3rd round, and then he immediately clinched. Now, he talked about it a little bit post-fight. Also, he called out the Charlo brothers. Another thing that I like, Charlo brothers both had fights recently on Showtime. I think it was Showtime. They look good. I was at that fight live. I forgot what network picked it up. But the 154 division is stacked. Now, I guess real quick, the bad I want to say is Willie Nelson. He, being his frame, I think he should have jabbed a lot more. And it's to Andrade's credit, he's just crafty. He's giving you he's not a stationary target. He's giving you different looks. Plus, he's a southpaw, so you have to adjust to that. And he created multiple knockdowns in the fight. Andrade had 2 or 3 knockdowns, 1 in the first round, and I think there might have been 1 or 2 in the 11th round before he stopped him. And there was even a point in time where Andrade knocked out Willie Nelson's mouthpiece. He was just ripping some nasty combos, and he's just creating these weird angles, and it's just a lot for anyone at 154. So I think what Willie Nelson could have done different, he just couldn't wait. You know what I mean? He seemed like maybe after the first knockdown, he got a little bit tentative, a little bit gun shy, wouldn't let his hands go, and you don't want to do that. You have power, you have size, you're taller, you have to jab to disrupt that movement and all that stuff, that tricky jackal footwork and all that he's trying to do. Plus, you have to get off. And there was points where it just looked like Nelson he was waiting to get off, and then that's not what you want to do with that type of fighter. So great performance by Andrade, really helps to shape the division. It was a title eliminator fight. He's a former champion, and I'm looking forward to it. This was a meaningful fight to me in the division, and I'm looking forward to see what happens next. I was really impressed, to be honest, because I thought it would be a lot more competitive, just knowing Willie Nelson's pedigree, his power and stuff like that. But Andrade's really good at controlling the distance and just a bunch of different things, changing levels, shifting, things like that. So from Andrade, I seen shades of Floyd Mayweather, shades of Andre Ward, like sometimes the clinching, and shades of Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward a lot. I've seen that a lot in this particular fight. And what I mean by that is they're frustrating to fight, because they'll start pot shotting you and landing some good combinations, and Willie Nelson being the taller fighter, you're ready to get some get back, and then they'll smother you, they'll clinch, and you can't even really get off your shots, and it's frustrating. That's why you have to resort to maybe rabbit punching or pushing someone's head down, because you start getting frustrated. So just overall good veteran tactics, good experience from Demetrius Andrade. And to sum up what I was talking about, versus Canelo for his next fight, if he is going to fight someone at 54, this is the type of opponent I think the world would love to see. We've seen Demetrius Andrade in there against Vanes Martirosyan. He got knocked down, came back to shut out Vanes Martirosyan. We've seen him now in there with Willie Nelson with the shutout performance. He's also fought middle of the road guys like Brian Rose, who do have a few wins. He stopped him, you know what I mean? And this is off of a long layoff. This is a guy, Andrade, neither one of them, Willie Nelson or Andrade, really had too many fights in the last 2 years. So to see him do this with inactivity is almost scary, because it's not like, Andre Ward told me this. He says when you fight more frequently, your arsenal opens up. So to see him do this when he hasn't been the most active, and this Willie Nelson's clearly the best name that he's fought in maybe since Vanes Martirosyan, to be honest. You know what I mean? And to see him do that, it was impressive. So I'm gonna get ready to watch the main event. Let me know what you guys thought of Andrade, but I don't want to see a Liam Smith. I would love to see Canelo versus a guy like Demetrius Andrade, because you've seen what he did. He's not boring. He's tricky. This is a style that has given Canelo problems, like the Lara, the Mayweathers of the world, Trout even. So imagine Andrade, who's 5'12" or 6 foot or whatever, 5'11" or 6 foot or whatever height he is, and southpaw. That's a good fight. Let me know what you think. Andrade versus Nelson. Stay tuned for the rest of the post fights. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
You don't feel it, then it must be too real to touch. You'll never in your life try to knock the truth. The illest shit ever. Get ready, cause this is about to get heavy.
Trying to keep me out, trying to censor what I say, cause they don't like what I'm talking about. So what's wrong with the media today?
Prove I'm lying if I ain't correct.